world's first iPhone 8 unboxing. Well, at least the clone version unboxing anyway. That video's coming up right now. Let's go. So, what is up guys? Nick here helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the world's first iPhone 8 unboxing. Now this is an iPhone 8 clone, so if you were expecting the real thing, you're not going to get that here. We all know the iPhone 8 is not releasing until the fall. But based on the rumors and everything, we now have clones on the market, and I picked up a silver one here for us to take a look at. Now, a little disclaimer: if you're waiting for the iPhone 8 and you're the type of person who don't like spoilers, then don't watch this video because it's going to spoil the fun of the iPhone 8 if this actually is what it looks like. Right now, it's still speculation. But you can tell right out the gate, this is not a real iPhone because Apple would never do this on their box, put this all nastily sealed up like that. But at least they do put the picture. You can see here, iPhone SE box right here, you do see the picture on the front here, and you see the picture here on the front, as well as iPhone on the side, so that's pretty close to a real thing. Apple logo pretty close, iPhone on the side pretty close, and in the back we even have the same kind of, writings and stuff here. You have 128 gig here, 32 gig here. But putting that box off to the side, let's get into this thing. I got my knife here, call it Greenie, calling it Greenie for today. So I'm gonna take Greenie and I'm gonna open this box up right here. You can see going off to the sides. Let me peel this plastic off now. And let's get into it. Let's see what it looks like. Is it even close to an actual iPhone? Let's go ahead and open this guy up, and you can see designed by Apple in California. Let's see if we get any Apple stickers in here. So you even get the pamphlet that looks just like an iPhone. Welcome to iPhone. And let's see if there's any Apple stickers in there. And we don't see no stickers in there, so that tells us again, definitely not an actual iPhone here. So opening up this pamphlet, we might even have a SIM card tool in here. So we do see a SIM card tool, which is what you do get in an actual Apple phone. So over here, I'm going to take this plastic off, and you can see here it is, the clone iPhone 8. Now, these bezels are not quite all the way to the side, so this is kind of laughable, to be honest. But going to the back, we do have a glossy silver, so it's not even the same silver look as the front of the device, but peeling that plastic off, here it is, and it's a shiny look. You can see the camera in there, you can see the Apple logo right there, iPhone. But there's been a lot of rumors of this vertical design, so you might actually see this design in the upcoming iPhone here for the iPhone 8. So keep that in mind, potentially is going to make its way to the iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can turn this guy on. There's actually a little bit of plastic here around the power button. The camera's having a little bit of troubles even picking that up. So let's go ahead and power this guy on. And so far it feels about the same size as a regular iPhone, and you can see black bars at the top and the bottom. So definitely something Apple wouldn't do. So we know that's definitely not the true iPhone. But over here, you can see we do have some Apple earbuds, or fake ones, Apple logo right there. It is wrapped up pretty much like an actual iPhone, and even the power brick looks like an actual iPhone setup. So they did a pretty nice job on faking the box here for this clone. Even the startup screen is very similar to what you would see on an actual iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy set up and take a look around the software and talk a little bit more about the upcoming iPhone 8. Guys, so we are now in the iPhone, and you could see, well, at least the clone phone, that it looks pretty much like iOS 10. So it will say that it's iOS 11 inside of the settings menu, but this is definitely not an iOS 11 device. It looks more like an iOS 10 device. This is actually built on Android. It's a clone device here, but you can see this points to the potential that there might be a fingerprint scanner, right behind the glass. So they actually did that here with this clone phone. You can see there's no button, but it's still opening the device, and if you press home again, it might open. So this points to potentially what we might see in the iPhone 8 in pressing the screen to go ahead and go into the phone. Now, in terms of the camera, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. There's a lot of rumors going around that this is going to be a vertical based camera, and I think this one is possibly going to come true. It actually does not look that bad here now that I'm looking at this clone here in person. And one thing I think that's really going to be different from this is these bezels. These bezels are not likely to be this large. More like the screen will be all the way up to the top in a very thin bezel here. And you definitely are not going to see these black bars here like you see on this phone. Now let's take a look at this camera. This is kind of laughable to see how good this camera is for a clone device here. So here's the iPhone SE. Let me just put the iPhone SE right there. Let's go ahead and focus in. Pretty slow, but actually don't take too bad of a picture here in this clone iPhone 8. Another thing that we do see here with this clone iPhone 8 is no headphone jack. So there's a potential that we won't see a headphone jack again in the next iPhone that is coming later this fall here. So that's not good news, but hey, you know what? I think a lot of us are getting used to not having the headphone jack on the more premium iPhone. Another thing we noticed here on this iPhone 8 clone is that there's no headphone jack here. So this guy definitely is pointing to see no headphone jack coming on the latest premium model, and I think this might come true. I don't think Apple is actually going to bring back the headphone jack. I mean, after what they said, courage, I doubt they're going to go back on their word and bring back the headphone jack, as they're going to try to push earpods potentially in the box. You might even see earpods in the next coming iPhone. This clone iPhone does show the return of the mute switch, so it's nice to see that is there. So that means we potentially will see the mute switch here on this iPhone 8 coming later this year. Now on the rear you do see these antenna lines on here, so this looks very reminiscent of the iPhone 7. Same at the bottom here, very reminiscent of the iPhone 7, so it's likely that we're going to see antenna lines on the iPhone 8 as well. Now one thing I don't think we're going to see with the iPhone 8 is this shiny look. This is a dead giveaway that this is a clone. I just really don't think Apple will bring this look to their smartphone, but if they do, I think some people would like to see this. Looks more kind of like the HTC U11's really shiny back, or even the Galaxy S8 in its titanium look. Taking another look at that camera hump though, you can see it's still a hump though. Do we really want to see a hump on the next iPhone 8? Because I really don't. I mean, the Galaxy S8 had a flat camera design on the back, and there's a potential that we're going to see a hump again on the iPhone 8. Now in terms of processing power, it's likely that we're going to see an Apple A11 or A10X chip in this upcoming premium iPhone, an OLED display which is actually not present on this device. This is just a regular LCD on this device, as I'm sure you can see through the screen. It's not a super vibrant display, but they actually did a pretty good job with this clone of making it look like an actual iPhone here. But yeah, like I said, you're not going to see an OLED display here on a clone phone, but you potentially will see that in the upcoming iPhone 8. It's really highly likely that we're getting OLED displays here this year for iPhones, as Apple has already placed the orders. You can expect to see somewhere between 3 and 4 gigs of RAM for this upcoming premium iPhone, and storage tiers that begin at around 64 gigs this year for the iPhone 8. They might even go with a 32 gig, but at the $999 potentially rumored price point of this upcoming iPhone, I do see it, starting at 64 gigs. But overall, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here for this iPhone 8 clone unboxing, world's first iPhone 8 unboxing video. This thing right here is just incredible. I mean, it looks just like an iPhone, but when you get into the software, you realize, oh, this is an Android device. If I go into the App Store, I see that Google sign-in. We know that's an iPhone clone right there. You do have these black bars, something Apple would never do. The plastic wrapping on this box, something Apple would never do. But this at least gives us an idea of what potentially we might see in the iPhone. I think they're a little bit closer on this clone on the rear than they are on the front. I think that Apple is going to go ahead and stretch the screen a little further than what you see on this clone, but this gives us an idea of what we can expect later this year, at least on the smaller phone. Now, we are not looking at the Plus version here. This is the smaller 4.7 inch display, and this was just my first impressions unboxing. If you guys want to see more videos on this clone iPhone 8, let me know down below in the comments section of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up for me. Let me know what you think about the iPhone 8. A lot of people have been talking about the price lately, about how it's going to be the first $1,000 starting price iPhone. So let's chat about that, and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like that. Yes, this channel will be featuring the latest premium iPhone when it comes later this year. And thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next episode. Be sure to be well. It was fun. Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and peace.